Welcome to the second part of Taenia. As we have seen, there are two important species of Taenia, Taenia saginata and Solia. We have seen their morphological differences. Now we'll discuss about their life cycle. The very first step in the life cycle can be traced down to the eggs and gravid proglottids released in the species of human, and they are passed into the environment. Now, these eggs and the gravid proglottids are consumed somehow by the cattle and the pigs. So, for the cases of Taenia saginata, it is the cattle, and for Taenia sodium, it is the pig, which feed on grass and human feces. These gravid proglottids and eggs will hatch into oncospheres, and they will penetrate the intestinal wall and circulate into the musculature. These oncospheres develop into cysticerci in muscles. Now, these stay in the muscle for a while, and now, when the humans will consume the flesh of beef or pork, so if you are consuming beef, you have a possibility of getting contaminated by Taenia saginata, and if you are consuming pork, you will be contaminated with Taenia sodium. So these cysticerci present in the muscles will enter into your digestive tract, and from there they will develop into an adult mature form, which will again lay eggs, and the cycle is how it will continue. So there are two definitive host is definitely man, and the intermediate host are pig and cow or the cattle. And in cattle also, this is transmitted by their flesh. So these cysticerci form of Taenia saginata and sodium lie in the muscles. Now, how they cause cysticercosis? Uh, as we have seen, the eggs are passed into the stool, and cysticercosis is basically caused by only the Taenia sodium, not the saginata one. These embryonated eggs, which are passed into the feces, are ingested by pigs, and again they will develop into oncosphere, and these oncosphere will go into the muscles. Now, when consumed, these oncospheres lie in the muscles of pig. Also, the same process of development of these oncospheres can occur in humans also, where after ingestion of contaminated species or food containing these species and eggs, these oncospheres will go into the circulation and rest in the muscle. From the muscles, these cysticerci may develop in any organ, like not only in the muscle, but they can develop in the brain as well as eyes also. So if they are developing in the brain, they will cause neurocysticercosis, the complete name of that disease, in which seizures are commonly seen. So this is the complete name, is known as neurocysticercosis. So cysticercosis is related to the structure oncosphere resting in a particular organ, like it was in the case of muscle. But here in this case, it's resting in the brain. So it will have some pressure effect on the brain tissue, and that pressure on the brain tissue might cause some electrical disturbances in transmitting signals in neurons, and that may cause seizures to occur. Even ophthalmic cysticercosis can be seen. You can see here is a bulged out structure which is referring to the cysticercosis. In this diagram where it's written A, you can see a patch, a light yellow colored patch, which is definitely that cystic growth. And also it can be observed in the muscles also, where you can see the CT of this person showing multiple spots in the muscles, and that is evident cystic surfaces has developed in the muscles. Now about the mode of transmission. Man acquires infection by eating raw or uncooked beef containing encysted larval stage, that is Cysticercus bovis. So consumption of raw and undercooked beef is the major cause of transmission of Taenia saginata, that is undercooked beef. For solium, the infection can spread by eating raw and uncooked pork and ingesting the egg with contaminated food and water. And a man harboring adult worm may auto-infect either by unhygienic personal habit or by reverse peristaltic movement of the intestine, whereby the gravid segment are thrown into the stomach. So there can be a reinfection also. So if a person already having Taenia solia, the seeds may crawl back to the stomach and then re-enter again to cause a fresh infection. So the infective stages for Taenia saginata is cystic Cysticercus bovis, whereas for Taenia solium it is Cysticercus cellulase and eggs. Both turns out to be the infective stage. The diagnostic stage for Taenia saginata is gravid prochlortitis and eggs, whereas for Taenia solium it is gravid prochlortitis and eggs. For Taenia asiaticus and it is Cysticercus, and for Taenia multicept it is only the egg. So their infective stages may have different names, like Cysticercus bovis and Cysticercus cellulase. Now their pathogenesis, or what actually they will cause in human economy. Usually they do not present up with any symptom and may cause mild abdominal discomfort, indigestion, diarrhea alternating with constipation and loss of appetite. Whereas cysticercosis may occur in any organ. It may develop in subcutaneous tissue and form visible nodule or in brain, forming epileptic attack and inferior vitreous chamber of the eye. So they do form nodules, and formation of these nodules may lead into epileptic seizures. Now about their laboratory diagnosis. Stool examination is the definitive diagnostic tool. You can search for the eggs and gravid prochlortitis. It can be done under direct fecal smear or a brine flotation technique. And third is cellophane tape technique. So it's a point to be noted, acid fast stain is used to distinguish the egg. Taenia saginata is acid fast positive, while Taenia solium is negative, or by detection of prochlortitis and scolex in the species. Detection of Taenia AGA in species. Opro-antigens is the most sensitive method with 95% sensitivity and 99% specificity to detect Taenia in the stool, but does not differentiate between the species. Molecular diagnosis, including DNA probes and PCRs, can also be done. Their diagnosis can also be done by X-ray and CT scan or MRI. Histopathological tests can be done for detection. Serological test for antibodies and DLC will get eosinophilia. The definitive test is always the fecal direct examination or brine test. The treatment, praziquantel and niclosamide, single dose of 4 tablets, 500 mg. Praziquantel high dose over 3 to 7 days for illness. Thank you. That was all for the premiere.